Another characteristic that is very similar to zuhd but has a stark difference is what we call Al-Wara. Al-Wara is when you leave off things that are in the grey area, as we say. And Rasulullah ﷺ explained this in a hadith. And if we really reflect on this hadith, we understand how commendable and how praiseworthy it is to have Al-Wara. And Nabi ﷺ said, "Inna al-halal bayin, wa inna al-haram bayin." That verily the halal is clear and the haram is clear. وَبَيْنَهُمَا أُمُورٌ مُشْتَبِهَاتٌ. And between the halal and haram, there's this grey area. There are things that are of doubtful. لا يعلمهن كثير من الناس. Most of the people don't know what is the reality of this grey area. فَمَنِ اتَّقَى الشُّبُهَاتِ. So whoever leaves off this doubtful grey area, استبرأ لدينه وعرضه. Then he saves his religion and his honor. If a person stays away from these grey areas, then you preserve your deen and you preserve your honor with the people. وَمَنْ وَقَعَ فِي الشُّبُهَاتِ وَقَعَ فِي الْحَرَامِ. But if you are constantly in this grey area, you will eventually end up in haram. كَالرَّاعِي يَرْعَى حَوْلَ الْحِمَى يُوشِكُ أَنْ يَرْتَعَ فِيهِ. And then Rasulullah ﷺ gives us an example that we can contemplate and we can think over. Like the shepherd who has his flock that grazes. And imagine he is in an area that is the green area, we could say, and then there's a red area where he's not allowed to graze. And he takes the flock right to the edge of this green area in which there's like a small patch that is neither red nor green. What will happen? The flock will eventually go to the red area. So here Rasulullah ﷺ is saying, keep safe, stay out of that area entirely so that you don't need to fall into that which is haram. أَلَا وَإِنَّ لِكُلِّ مَلَكٍ حِمَى. And then he went on to say that for every king there are boundaries, there are red lines that you should not cross. أَلَا وَإِنَّ حِمَى اللَّهِ مَحَارِمُهُ. And the boundaries of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are those things that He has made haram, the prohibitions. So for you to stay away from those things is for you to stay away from the doubtful matters. Then look at the end of the hadith, how it shows that al-wara', how it shows that this characteristic of staying away from doubtful matters is good for your heart. He said, أَلَا وَإِنَّ فِي الْجَسَدِ مُضْغَةً. That verily in your body is a flesh, is a piece of a morsel of flesh. إِذَا صَلَحَتْ صَلَحَ الْجَسَدُ كُلُّهُ. If this flesh is pure and upright, the rest of your body is upright. وَإِذَا فَسَدَتْ فَسَدَ الْجَسَدُ كُلُّهُ. But if it is evil and corrupt, the entire body is corrupt. أَلَا وَهِيَ الْقَلْبُ. And that is the heart. So if a person contemplating on this hadith realizes, I stay away from this which is the grey area, it is doing, what am I doing? I am protecting my heart. I am looking after my heart. And that is why this is a characteristic that truly beautifies your heart. But be warned of not making things which Allah has said that are halal, you make it haram out of wara'. Wara' does not mean you make that which is halal into haram. Yes, sometimes we stay away from things that are permissible because they are grey areas. They might lead us on to doing that which is haram. But we should never call them haram unless we have evidence from the Quran and Sunnah to do so.